Hello, and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News, your twice-weekly dose of the finest 2A propaganda. In case you missed it, this anti-gun doofus who has a D rating from the NRA and accidentally shot a reporter is actually named Lucas Kuntz. Yeah, apparently that's how you pronounce it. I've been saying it that other way.
You see what I did there?
Anywho, Kuntz got together with Adam Kinzinger, a recovering politician who voted for the Bipartisan Gun Control Act of 2022, to put on a campaign event with some union folks so he could try to pretend to be pro-gun. But just like Turbo Fud Timmy, his publicity stunt backfired.
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
This time, maybe a little bit less metaphorically. The reporter got hit while Kuntz was shooting a rifle at steel targets at what couldn't be farther than 20 feet.
We had earplugs, we had eye protection, and we had an NRA certified trainer there. Ooh. And it's a range that they've used several times.
Friends, it is generally agreed that it is risky to shoot handguns at steel targets closer than 25 yards. Shooting rifles at steel at spitting distance is wild. Just so you know, the steel used in targets is usually AR-500. That means abrasion resistant and a Brinell hardness rating of 500. It's the sort of stuff that they use in bulldozer blades, not the kind of stuff that they use in, say, truck frames. As you know, there's a lot of different kinds of steel with varying hardness ratings. If the steel isn't hard enough, it is crazy dangerous to shoot at because it can crater like peanut butter, sending fragments directly back at you instead of outward parallel to the plate. These guys have the dumb so hard, I gotta pay some bills before I can actually finish pedantically screeching about all of the stupid.
Hold on to your butts.
Today's video is sponsored by Vortex. Their new Defender line of red dots features a constant on emitter with no flicker and shake awake so it is always ready. The Defender CCW is impressively compact for daily carry. The ST is a bit larger, and the XL is an absolute beast with one of the largest windows available on a micro red dot.
We've been running their new Defender line of red dots hard since before launch. They found a home on all of our guns, whether for concealment, competition, or anything in between. They're rugged, packed with features, and they flat out perform. With the CCW, ST, and XL, there's a dot for you. And let's not forget their no questions asked VIP warranty that covers just about anything.
And by Hydra. The Mark 15 Hydra is the most versatile black rifle platform the industry has ever seen. The most you will ever need to convert calibers is a barrel, a bolt, and a magazine well. And by TNVC. In case you haven't noticed, it's dark half the time on this planet, so unless you got shiny eyes like Riddick, you are gonna need TNVC so you can keep tabs on Man Bear Pig while he's out there shooting dice with the chupacabras in your front yard. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, so they're shooting directly into the woodline with no visible backstop, violating rule number 4. Kinzinger is using a massive scope to shoot a target within the maximum effective range of a fart, and he's got that lean that says, "Gosh, I hope this doesn't have a lot of kickback."
He looks like my 12-year-old sister holding a rifle for the first time. Is it gonna go off?
For his part, Kuntz is doing that magwell grip thing on a rifle with an AFG out there at a pretty sensible position on the handguard. So why would you go ahead and grab the rifle that way unless it's not really your... Oh, wait, hold up.
Hold up.
That gun is pointed back toward the camera. Oh, and they also have binary targets sitting on the table at around about pecker height, significantly increasing the stakes of the ricochet roulette that they're playing. And yeah, sure, the binary targets look like they're not actually mixed up yet. And also, it's worth pointing out a fragment would probably lose enough velocity after hitting the steel that it probably couldn't set it off anyway. Then again, I don't know, you want to risk your testes on it? Anyhow, these two dudes were destined to hurt somebody, and thankfully the reporter they injured got nicked by just a small fragment. But that didn't stop Captain Save-A-Ho from whipping out his belt and trying to do like a tourniquet or something. I'm not sure what's going on here, but my brothers, a belt is not a tourniquet. And while we're on that, if you were trying to use it that way, you should place it 4 inches above the wound, unless that impinges on a joint, and then place it above the joint. But if that's too hard to remember, just remember, place it high and tight. And while we're on it, it doesn't really look like the reporter was leaking bad enough to need a TQ anyway. This is the sort of thing that's best treated by gauze and direct pressure. Just have the guy hold his arm up above his head for a little while and you'll be all right. Thankfully, these idiots didn't manage to get anybody else hurt with their insanely negligent behavior, and even though they want the government to violate my right to bear arms, I don't want anyone to violate their rights. Both of these stupid men have the right to bear arms. I just hope that next time they ask for a little adult supervision. The Washington Free Beacon just released old audio from the year 2006. That's way back when Cacklin Kamala was DA in San Francisco.
Is there any justification for anyone to carry a gun except for law enforcement? And why not ban them completely in the city?
Well, there's been a measure on the ballot, actually, to do that, and it's currently being challenged. And there's... So, yeah, I think it's you know, and it'd be great to end world hunger and a couple other things, too. Are we going to really be able to get rid of people owning and possessing guns?
To be fair, she has changed pretty near all of her other positions at least twice since then, so I guess it's, you know, on brand for her to say she no longer wants to ban all guns, but do you believe her?
Hell no, to the no, 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 yeah, to the no.
Hawaii is speedrunning the dystopian nightmare. They've read all the books like 1984 and Brave New World and such, and they didn't find a warning, but inspiration. The state of Hawaii has rolled out a snitch line for people to make anonymous reports of illegal gun ownership and crime. Any rando person can call 808-427-4018 or submit a tip on their website or use their app to collect warrantless surveillance on their neighbors. Now, I'm not saying there is any financial impropriety between the state and Safer Watch, but cozy government corpo relationships do ook me out quite a bit, and the potential that they are using the app to collect more data than the user really knows is, well...
it's high.
But forget my paranoid ramblings about unwarranted wiretapping. They're asking your average idiot to figure out what a crime is. Now, I'm a gun owner, and my job is reporting on gun rights, and even I am not 100% certain I'm in compliance with every single one of the thousands of gun laws. How could the boxwine Karen across the street know if an SKS is even legal in Hawaii? I don't know. She doesn't have a clue, and in her head, it's a fully automagical assault thingy, so she just calls because it might be a crime, and now the cops get to pretend that's probable cause, and then they get a rubber stamp warrant. And let's not forget, because it is totally anonymous, there are no consequences for people who use this maliciously, so the potential for this to be misused is extremely high.
Of course it's really high.
Which also means it is horrifically vulnerable to malicious interference. The system would be useless if it were overwhelmed by spam because some thoughtless jerk used it for contact info when installing sketchy free-to-play games, or if the Hawaiians used the system to report a man with a gun every time they saw a cop. Those things would be very bad, and nobody should do it. Don't do it. The SAF is like an ass-kicking machine that just never gets tired of kicking ass. Last Tuesday, they scored a permanent injunction against the Cortland Housing Authority in New York, preventing them from banning guns in public housing. Yes, gun rights are human rights. Poor people have the right to bear arms. Fight me. The Housing Authority and its director also have to pay $150 grand in legal bills. Yes. If you want to help the Second Amendment Foundation continue to kick all the ass on the planet, make sure to stop by their website and donate generously. Besides, you were just going to use that money on red anodized parts for your AR anyway. And now, for your moment of zen.
You know, I never thought in my life these trucks would be in the way, but I got so much shit here. I gotta fish my way through trucks hanging in the trees so I can get back here. Oh my god, there's a hornet nest on that one. Alright.
Hey friends, do you like pews and pew-related things? Would you like to help us keep delivering you pew-ring-ton American pew again at a low price of free? We literally couldn't pay the bills without our sponsors, so do us a solid and get yourself something nice from them. You deserve it. I love you.